Okay, so today we're going to work on the pot and maybe cover the first layer off for the lantern. So for the pot, I'm using leftover raw umber that I have here and burnt sienna. You could do just, I don't know, I mean, burnt sienna by itself is a bit too weak. I would mix it with anything, green, burnt umber, raw umber, whatever is available. And then just, let's cover this. We need a dark color. Okay. I'm going to do the same with the lantern. So I'm taking burnt sienna and I'm adding the color, raw umber in it, or any color you have there to make it darker, slightly darker, not much. And I'm going to start. I'm using a round brush.
Can you move your paper up, Leo?
Thank you. Yes. There we go. This is a ring. This is a hook, and that's the ring. And that the ring is connected to the holding the lantern. This is the fun part. We're going to show this lantern from bottom up if we can. So the rim goes all around to the back. It doesn't stop in, the perspective is from bottom up. So let's see if we can do that. It doesn't matter right now how accurate this is. We're going to go back and fix it up with more detail. All right, this is wrong. So this lantern has sides of the lantern is the actual glass right here. So there's no metal except you see the metal in the center only. At least for now. So the bottom is rounded on both sides. Then just a kind of a ball in there. And then from that ball, we're going to bring down metal and see if it works. Usually I don't do that. I usually ended up with a couple of little detail in there, like little ones. But this time I'm just going to do something different. There's going to be an opening in here. Slight opening of glass in here. Okay, this bottom part is too thick. Again, I'm not worried about detail right now. I'm just putting the first layer and we'll figure
Really?
out.
You wouldn't know by looking at you painting.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
It looks good. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not, yeah, that's just the first. There's just no detail yet. Wait until detail. You're gonna hate me when we start that. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we're highlighting the pot. And I'm using burnt sienna and yellow ochre. I'm dabbing kind of, I don't want it to be too smooth. And I'm trying not to go all the way up because those plants, when we put them on, they're going to be casting a shadow over the pot. So this is a second layer. We will be maybe adding some highlights in certain areas, and I'll show you where. You see here where the sun is hitting this area here where there's light, we might add a bit of light in here too, because it's only normal for that sunny part to hit the part of the pot as well. So to do that, I'm gonna try one thing. And I'm gonna try to do it with white with no yellow. Or just taking the same combination and adding yellow in it. Yeah. All right, that's cadmium yellow light. So same combination. Burnt sienna, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow light. And let's see. So this, I'm going to follow where I see the light here, sunny part.
What were the colors again, Leo?
Burnt sienna, yellow ochre, just a bit of yellow ochre, and cadmium yellow light. So instead of putting white, because white is very kind of it fades
The
it's
color.
not bright enough. Yeah, I'm adding cadmium yellow light to the original color, and now I'm going to take white, put it in the yellow, in that mixture. That's not only yellow. This is that's not only white. That's white added. I'm adding white to the yellow. Yellow and burnt sienna and yellow ochre combined. That's the main colors that I'm using, and then I'm adding first yellow and now white.
I'm getting mud.
Mud? Why?
It just looks very muddy.
No, no, you shouldn't be getting mud. What are you mixing right now?
I'm just gonna try adding the white and see what happens. I think maybe it's looking better. It's okay. It's looking better.
Okay. So my white doesn't go all the way down. It's only here, and down it becomes darker at the bottom. Now, what I'm going to do is go back to my, you see this here? That's very, very strong right there. This line up here where the strong highlight meets the dark. So the value between this and this is very wide. It should be closer. So this is dark and this is light, and they are connecting, and that creates a heavy line. So what I'm going to do is go back to my burnt sienna, and I have in my burnt sienna a bit of yellow ochre, and that's going to be a connecting kind of value between the dark and light. So we don't jump from dark to light straight. There's kind of a soft buffer in between, soft value in between. So we go gradually to the dark, from dark to light. That's perfect. That's good. Okay. So this one now, what you see, this part right there connects with this part here with the highlight. It makes sense. This is highlighted all of this area.
Is red light okay?
Sorry?
Red light, is that okay?
Not yet, because we're not highlighting yet. We're doing the step that is kind of medium tone right now. No highlights. So cadmium red light will be too light for this section here, for this stage. So I'm going to take my sap green. This is sap green, and this is Alizarin Crimson. And I have here a couple of colors that I was using before. Can you see the colors? Let me see.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use some of these colors and put them in my sap green to change the color of sap green into more earthy tones or earth tones and olive green. I'm going to take first sap green, and let's take touch of yellow ochre in there, because we do have the dark, kind of the dark layer. And with the corner of my brush, I'm just going to give it movement. More
Sorry,
like,
are you making flowers right now?
no, greens, not
Okay,
flowers yet.
Sorry, I was looking for my red. So
Okay.
what color did you use? Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. It's sap green and yellow ochre.
Oh, okay.
You can hardly see it because it's still dark. It's not light. Let me see if I put the light on. You might be able to see it better. No, it's still dark. It's not that dark. It's a dark, but it's kind of an earthy green dark. Now I can see that I really lost, and I don't have actually the darks in there. Like we need that dark green. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put it back. So I'm gonna take sap green, and I'm gonna take, very simple, raw umber, because I have it here. And let's try. Yep, that's dark enough.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have a sap green. I have Ochre's green and emerald green.
Put red in your emerald green.
Okay.
That might help. Or
Hmm.
just mix. Do you have yellow?
Yes.
Do you have ultramarine blue?
Ultramarine blue, I don't have.
Okay.
Brilliant blue, I have.
No, brilliant blue is too dark, too light.
And then cerulean blue.
So no, too light. How about you use, what is the other color? Viridian blue? Viridian green? No.
I have but it's a green different.
Okay,
Phthalocyanine green.
phthalo green.
Phthalocyanine green, blue shade.
Is it, when you open it, is it dark or light?
It is dark.
Okay, good. So it's a dark green.
Okay.
Okay, so put a bit of red in it to tone it down, because this is phthalo. Phthalo is emerald green.
Yes, it's closer. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to put a bit of red in it to tone it down and make it more earthy, but it will work.
Red light I can put inside.
Yeah, any red you have.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So now that we have this layer and I went in with the darks, I'm going to take a touch of I cleaned my brush and I'm going to take Alizarin Crimson. Alizarin Crimson is transparent. So if you use Alizarin Crimson on green, that's what you're going to see. Nothing, like really dark, dark red. Try it on yours, because on mine, it's not showing on the camera right now. But just use Alizarin Crimson here and there, and I'll show you if you want to wait until I start highlighting so you can see it. Okay. I just placed a couple of Alizarin Crimson. I can't see it. You can hardly see it, and you see it dark. You see it dark. It's right here, right there.
What brush are you using?
It's a small bright brush, and I'm using the corner.
Okay, the corner of the brush.
Yeah, the corner of the brush. So before I start highlighting alizarin, I can do that. I can highlight a bit of alizarin, so for you to see. So I'm taking alizarin crimson right now and cadmium yellow light, put it in it. It will give me that beautiful kind of an orangey color.
Yellow light or yellow medium?
Yeah, whatever you have. If you have yellow light, that's good. Yellow medium is good. Shouldn't do it right now because my crimson is still wet.
Oh, you're doing.
So right now I am not painting a specific kind of flower. What I'm doing, I don't care what color, what flower I'm doing. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for shape, for color and shape. That's it. Suggestion of some kind of flowers. Now these are really strong right now. That's okay. I'm going to keep them for now.
Did you put white in it? Because mine is
No.
very red.
No. What I put is just, I took alizarin crimson right there. Can you see it on
Yeah.
and I took cadmium yellow light and I put,
Oh,
that's it.
cadmium yellow light.
Yes.
Shoot. I put red.
You can put the red. Red will work. That's
I
fine.
know.
Red would be nice too.
Okay.
That's okay. That's red is good. Now, I have a kind of an idea where they are, but my brush stroke is not good because all of my brush strokes are going in the same direction right there, and it shouldn't. But that's okay. For now, I'm not going to go back to this right now. I am trying to, that's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm just looking placement. I'm just putting alizarin crimson over this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go back to my green. Let's take sap green, put a touch of alizarin crimson in it, and cadmium yellow light. And that will give me an olive green.
Say that again.
Okay, so sap green,
Okay.
touch of the alizarin crimson, or red, whatever you have. If you have red, that's good too. And cadmium yellow light. And with the corner of my brush, I'm gonna start putting some highlighted leaves in here. this is a good opportunity for me to reshape these flowers. This is the second or third, I think third or fourth layer of green now. Every time I add a layer, I highlight more. I add more highlights to it. So you can see right now, I'm really careful how I highlight. I don't jump to highlights right away. I go in that, doing this slowly. Okay, so I have the same, and then grab some sap green in here. Yellow. You want me to stop before I start highlighting the strong ones? Putting the
Yes,
strong,
please.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so to highlight the leaves, I'm going to take sap green. It's right here. And take with the corner of my brush, touch of Alizarin Crimson, because that's the red I have. And I'm going to take lots of yellow. Maybe more yellow. That's cadmium yellow light. You see, you don't see a big difference with the yellow, with the green when I put the red, but it changed the green.
So you've got green and red, alizarin red?
Yes, that's the because that's the red I have, any red. Okay, so now I have a light yellow, green, and I'm going to decide where I want to put my highlights. So let's say this is the area where the highlight is. So let's pretend there's a circle right here where there's a spotlight on that. And I'm going to I'm very careful now. With the corner of my brush, I'm just highlighting what I see in there. Not all of them. I'm going to go back. If I find I highlighted too much, I'm going to go back and darken a bit because I don't want to lose my medium tone, okay? Because you don't want to jump from dark to light. It's not the way it is usually in real life. Okay, so now I lost my medium tone. So you can see right now, you can see that like, this is really highlighted too much. And then next to it, there's dark. I'll fix it in a minute. Let's just, since I have my light green. Okay. Right, this is too much. This is too much highlight. So I'm going to go back to my, let's just pick up medium green. And let's come here. Oh, it needs more highlight. Okay, I have to try and see which one is going to work. All right, that's better. So in between, what I'm doing is I'm adding a medium green to soften that jump from strong dark to light. And when you highlight, that's what happens. When you highlight, if you have too much of a gap in between, you will see that gap more because you're highlighting. I'll wait for it to dry, and if I find that the highlight is too strong, then I'll go back and soften it. But instead of softening, what I'm doing is I'm adding medium tone in between, and that will soften the whole thing. So I don't need to go back and highlight or darken. Okay. It's good for now. Let it dry, settle. And when it settles, I'll go back and see if I need to add some more. What I would like to do actually right now is take my, where's my cadmium yellow, red light? Cadmium red light. I'm going to mix my cadmium red light with some Alizarin Crimson because I don't want cadmium red light to be there. I don't want it to be too strong. So I'm going to take, I took cadmium red light and Alizarin Crimson, and I'm going to highlight the flowers. I'll do this again. So instead of highlighting the flowers, I'm going to dab. Just kind of dab, soft dabbing. Maybe this one is not a good idea. Let's try around.
Or what color is that, Leah? I'll add just a
That's
little bit.
that's a Alizarin Crimson and cadmium red light. So I'm toning down my cadmium red light. No, that's not working. Let's go back to this.
What's a better brush to use for that highlight stage for flowers?
Honestly, depends on the way you use your brush. I can say maybe this kind of brush, dabbing with this. Let's see. I don't use too many brushes. I use the same brush, but I use it to my advantage. So you could do this.
Okay.
And have a soft kind of. But you see, no matter, this looks like this. It's the same. I'm not getting something different. It's just the way I use my brush. That's all. Do I want it to be more like squares overlapping? You know, I use my brush, the same one, but I just kind of turn it around and manipulate the way it's the same. I don't change my brushes.
Okay.
For me, what's important is more than the brush itself. I mean, the brush is important, but what's important is the value. If you have darks and lights and you show depth, that's important. That looks like this is dark and this is highlighted. It shows depth and movement. Medium. I try not to lose all of my darks, keep some of those darks showing. And now I'm going to take red.
Just the red?
Just the red. With the corner of my brush. I'm dabbing. I'm not doing what I did with the leaves. I'm not putting and then dragging. I'm dabbing. Okay, so now this right here looks like a circle, right? Can you see it? Looks like a circle. This one is okay because the green goes in and it breaks that circle. And the top is not all kind of defined in here. I have some kind of movement where the petals are floating. This one, no. All right, green. Let's take green and let's go in and cut it. And now I cut the circle. It's not there anymore.
Look like geraniums now.
Yeah, it's not intentional. It is there. It's fluffy. I paint, most of the time I do that. I paint geraniums because I like the fluffiness of it. Now, what I would like to do is take a bit of cerulean. And let's see, if we take cerulean, let's take just cerulean by itself or just add cerulean to, let's see which one is better. Cerulean to sap green. Take white. So I want a greenish blue. Yeah, I think that's good.
Cerulean to sap green.
Cerulean, sap green, and white. So when you put white, you can tell at that point if your green is more on the blue side or on the green side. So if it's more on the green side, put a bit more blue in there. I just want to bring the blue back in here, and it'll be nice. Let's see, but it's like a bluish green, soft.
That was cerulean blue and green.
Yes, sap green, cerulean blue, and white. And yes, I'm getting a beautiful, beautiful. There, some blue in there. So it's not all. It's not all green. Okay. Now I'll take round brush, add more white to my blue and green. This is highlighted too much. What the camera is showing is too much highlight. I will send you the picture, like the right. Let me see if I turn this off. No, nothing happens. Okay, now. Okay. One more step. This is now burnt sienna. That's the pot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. What I usually do. I have here cadmium red light. I have cadmium yellow medium. I'm making an orange. I'm making a pure orange. There, see that pure orange? Now I'm going to take burnt sienna. With my brush, make sure that my orange in the burnt sienna is strong. And I'm going to come here. And now I know where my highlights, like the strong highlight, I'm going to push in some of that strong orange in here. And that will give it a beautiful highlight this area really nice in here. There's nothing like light. It transforms the whole painting. It's just beautiful. So it's orange. I have cadmium orange usually, but I'm not using it. I'm just mixing. I mixed cadmium red light, cadmium yellow light, made an orange, and put some burnt sienna in it. I'll wait for it to dry. If I feel like it needs more highlight, I'll do that. So let's say, because we don't have time, I'll make a pure orange, and I'm not gonna put yellow oak, burnt sienna in it. And I'm just gonna come here and just the top and drag my brush down. Put it in, drag your brush down, in, that's it. And that can be even lighter. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, there we go. This area here should match. Now, let's take light green. And with my round brush now, I'm just highlighting some of these, just the tip, kind of, all right? Not the whole thing, tip. If you highlight the whole thing, you tip it, you bring it, you bring the whole leaf out. It shouldn't be, it should be just the tip of that leaf highlighted really, really well. In this area only, and not all of them. This one is behind, this one is sitting behind.